That's some shit.
Well, here's the other shout out. You gotta get the shout out. They're young, but I like the wisdom.
I'm back. I think for me it's
And grind you right up on it.
Well, let's get it started. Unscripted, P-Funk, Spawn Vicious, Nard the Madman, special guest. Yes. We're going to really do it for Nard.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out Nard the Madman.
That's to sync up the audio.
There you go. Sync up the audio. Did you do it?
Yeah, I did it. Was that it? Should I do it again? Okay, we got it.
Yo, welcome to Unscripted. Damn, I don't know why I said that.
Can't even talk. You got
right. Welcome to Unscripted. Welcome to Unscripted
You have a
RX.
podcast and can't
P-Funk, Spawn. Keys is back.
We got motherfucking Keys.
Keys is back in the building.
We got Keys here, man.
We talked to.
Hold on, what are we back in the building? What are you talking about?
No, but I had to say Keys though first, man. Then we had to say we.
We back in the building.
Yeah, but you know,
damn,
Keys is
right.
back in the building, man. He was.
Yeah.
It's on hiatus, man. With contract disputes, you know, there's a lot of shit going on with the ball, man. You know, it's a lot, but we figured it out. We talked to his management team and finance, and got it all straightened out. He's back on the team now.
Yeah, he's
actually he never really left. He didn't really realize he never left. Shout out Nard Madman.
Nard the Madman.
Shout out Milk Boy.
Shout out
we're
Milk
here.
Boy.
We're Milk Boy. We're back. Look, we are back.
We are back.
We're back.
Shout out Renee. Shout out Renee
For being so gracious. You know what I mean? I know we get on her nerves, but yes, shout out Renee. We love you, Renee.
You love Renee.
Look, her hug. Hug. There you go.
Oh, whatever. That was a group hug. That was kind of weird.
Well, I mean,
Never mind.
See? That's why it's unscripted.
Crazy already.
Right, already. We haven't had an episode. This is the first episode of the new year.
Yeah.
Got a lot of things to talk about. Got a lot of up and coming things, man. Like,
Recapping.
Yeah, a lot of recap.
And we live at the same time.
Yep.
So.
Make sure you jump on the live. Shout out, who is this right here? Goldie295. Shout you out.
We shouting out.
Shout out my man Daryl Johnson. I see you. Yep.
Kenny Scott Comedy. We shouting him out.
Yep. So, let's get into it.
Yeah. What we talking about? What's on your mind, man? What kind of bullshit is on your mind?
So, it's so funny, right? I talk about the what we was just talking about right before we jumped on, which was artists and like today's artists and how they think, right? And like some of the different ways. Not that. All right, so let me start like this. Do you think, right? I'll ask you, right? Okay. If you're an artist, 2024, right? When you make your music, do you feel as though there's a time limit on when you should put it out? Because it was a different. So and I'm asking you this question because if you depending on the different era of artists that you ask, you're going to get a different answer. Like so do you understand the question I'm asking?
Yeah, I know. I definitely answer the question.
Okay.
I think what the problem with older artists, is that a lot of times they get stuck in the ways of how business used to be done.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about that becomes it's like there's traditional things that still exist that you should still have to do in the music business, but technology has made it so that you kind of have to advance what you're doing. Yeah. Technology has also made it so that the doors that existed for a lot of older artists, they don't have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So like there's a set of kids who don't understand not putting out music when it's done.
Yeah.
Because they never had to have, there was nobody in the way for them to say, yo, hold up, we have to wait this to put out this.
For this time matter at this point.
No, motherfuckers get some music, they get it done. Hey, I can go put this up on my fucking SoundCloud right now, and it's there.
So do you tell your artists to sit on their music, or do you tell them to put it out?
I follow, shout out, the good advice of Jazzy Jeff.
Okay.
And Jazzy Jeff is a believer in really kind of it was a book. It's a book called Die Empty. I forget the author's name.
Okay.
But basically, his philosophy, especially when it comes to art of music, is that you're going to make, if you're a talented artist, right?
Yeah.
You're going to always make music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you just made 10 songs for your album,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Okay, like if that's all you got, then that's all you got, and
Yeah.
I guess you're going to hold on to it till
Till
you're playing cards. You're waiting for the the best
To the
time
right-
to drop your
the right
spades.
hit, the
You know what I'm
right-
saying?
yeah.
But if you're a true artist and you're always going to make music, then you should give some away, sell some, but never leave something on the hard drive. Die empty. Empty the
So-
tank and shit.
So I'm glad
Shout out to Walt. What up, Walt? Shout out to Walt.
Yep. I'm glad you brought up that point
Walt doing big things out here. Anyway.
because I was shout out to Christian, right? I was at the
Christian
Sixers game.
Crosby?
Yeah,
Shout out Christian Crosby.
I was at the Sixers game the other night, right? So
I was the shout out button. I'm sorry.
yeah, we're gonna put a shout out button there, right?
Yeah, you get a
Shout out, right? Like it'll be there, y'all, right? Make sure y'all check this out. Unscripted RX on Instagram. Talk to my live folks right here too, So I was talking to Christian, and that was kind of the first conversation. I told him, I said, dog, I'm not gonna lie. I think I fucks with you as an artist, right? So he said, for real? I said, dog, for real. I said, the stuff that I've listened to, I fuck with.
Right.
He said, yeah. I said, dog, why don't you put out more, right? And so he says, well, I'm listening to a lot of people, and a lot of people are telling me, sit on it to the right time and things like that. And I had told him, and we was talking. He had told me some of the names that told him. I ain't gonna put that out there, but what I will say is my response to that was exactly what you said. Listen, if you're a dope artist and you make dope music, put that shit out.
Yeah.
Why sit on it?
The thing is, you're playing it's a theory. It's 20 years old, but it's long tail theory.
Yeah.
It's like when you put something out in the internet space, it's not like it has a shelf life. It's not like you've put it like back in the day when you put music on the shelf. When other music came in, there's only so much music that can fit on the shelf. So when the old music gets old, they take it off the shelf, they put it in the sale bin, and they put the new music on this shelf, and then it rotates out. You know what I'm saying? When you're in the cloud, there is no rotating out.
Yeah.
So it ultimately has a value when people find it.
Yeah.
So, for instance, like I'll just here you go, just an experience and shit. When we had me and my partner Ness, shout out Ness.
Shout out some more. She talking about You Wired.
Who? What are you talking about?
Some more person on my timeline. They
I'm
said
wired?
You wired. She said You Wired, man. That's a good thing.
Okay. All right.
Thumbs up. Look, watch
Thumbs
this.
up. All right, your people call me Wire. I don't know
Wire,
what that
man.
means. Anyway. Anyway. See, so I'm high too. Y'all
See, there you go.
y'all can't be
See,
disrupting
so
my vibe.
I was just giving you a compliment. Motherfucker gave you a compliment on my live, man. They gave you a compliment.
There you go. You get 2 thumbs up.
There you go.
Well, I forgot what I was talking about. Robbie, bring me back in.
We were talking about holding on to music, and we was talking about how see, now you threw me off.
See, let's get more high and fat.
There you go. There you go.
So, but really, going back to it. Nowadays, you have the ability to
You got to build, yeah.
But if with technology being the way it is as an artist, you can ultimately have the beginning and the end.
DJ Mackie.
In the palm of your hands. You know what I'm saying? You can create the music on your computer. You know what I'm saying? You can ship it out on your computer. You know what I'm saying? All you want is somebody to kind of hear your music. Now, here's the thing. Going back to this was the story I was going to say. When we had an artist, you know what I'm saying, that ended up getting signed from going viral, basically.
Okay.
He had one song that went out and it did a few million views. You know what I'm saying? What we learned from that situation, though, was he had put out maybe 3 or 4 other things before that one thing went viral, right?
Okay.
What happened was when the one thing hit 1 million views and went viral, every other video that he put out before gained traction. Because at the end of the day, if you have one thing that goes viral, 3 minutes and 59 seconds of a song or however long your song is, you need something to keep people's attention. They're not going to keep gravitating to that one thing over and over again.
Yep.
So they're going to start looking for other things to to listen to. And if there's nothing out there, they only got one thing, that becomes an issue. So if you've had 5 things in the marketplace already, those people are going to go back and find those 5 things. So there's always going to be a value for it.
I always tell people, man, people attention spans right now are very short. Very short. You have to put out as much shit as possible. You have to keep these people entertained, because at the end of the day, things move just like this.
It's the artist ego that gets into place a lot of times nowadays, where they feel as though they need some huge rollout or they need all these things to coincide with their music. And it's like, all right, that's fine. I can sit here and name artists who like in real life, somebody like Beyonce, right?
Yeah.
Here you go. Beyonce just did the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Dropped the Super Bowl commercial, right?
Yep.
Same day, country album coming out, right? Album came out. Everybody talked about it for 2 days. We're a week away from that, and nobody's talking about it.
Not one word.
Not one word.
No,
and
why?
This anybody. This doesn't escape anybody. Inside the fan base, they may be talking about it, but you can put out music to your fan base. It doesn't matter who doesn't like it. It only matters to who does like the music. So you put your music out to the people that like your music, and they become the people who celebrate you and they promote you. But you have to keep doing that in order to, you know what I'm saying? Because people will forget about you. I forgot what the number was, but it's like over 100 and something thousand records a day come out on Spotify.
It's a lot.
110,000 or some crazy number.
Keith said his records is in there too. Y'all we keep forgetting he we keep forgetting he an MC. He got records too.
But wait, hold up. I mean? But let's even take it a step further. Let me put you on to something else too. I think it was something like 40% of it doesn't get one listen.
Ain't that crazy?
I have to look this up on my phone.
I gotta find that stat. I would love to see that stat.
But no, it's hold on. I gotta pull it up right now.
Yeah.
But it's a really crazy number of things that don't get one listen. Not one listen. Not even from the person that put it up. You don't have one listen on your record. You put it up and you ain't even listen to the shit. Yeah. So you have this space that's all kind of inundated with all this music. And for the average fan, who wants to sort through all that shit to find some shit? You want to be kind of told. Most people now, the music business still operates on the principle of, yo, you ain't heard the new? Well, I got the new. You ain't never heard the new? And that is your kind of biggest attribute if you're an artist, because then you have a fan that's kind of repping you. It don't cost no money to put, nowadays, don't really cost no money to put some music out and let somebody rep you. You know what I'm saying? Now, we talking about marketing, that's a whole nother thing. But you should never be afraid to put out your music. Keep putting out music, yo. That's what
Shout out DJ Mackey. I see you, dog.
Where Mackey at?
Yeah, he on my live, man. Shout out DJ Mackey.
And Family Art and Money said I'm right on the money. You see him? He put the bullseye on it. I be talking that shit.
Shout out D. Okay, D. Divine 215.
Oh, that's my brother.
See. Yeah,
hey, bro,
that's
bro
D.
on there and shit.
Yes.
But yeah, that's the digital, especially now, the whole digital era of music. And here's the other thing that we gotta not beware of. AI exists now. Ooh.
So it's so funny, man. I've been asking a lot of like producers and artists, how do they feel about AI? I get mixed emotions.
Yeah, I
get mixed emotions. Some motherfuckers, they like it the original way. Yo, that's gonna take away creativity. That's gonna take away this. But then there's some that says, no, that'll help because of some of the limitations they might have. Like for example, like a DOC, right, where he still got lyrics, but he don't got the same voice. Same thing like no. Same thing with Beans. Like I think.
Well, Beans is actually shout out DOC and Beans.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
So Beans is actually working on new music.
No. Beans is working on new music.
And I heard and with the AI shit that's connected.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit. Hey.
Listen.
It sounds like Beans. So shout out Siegel.
So yeah, it's so funny, right? I seen Siegel like a little while ago, but a conversation me and C had like maybe a couple of years ago, right? And we was at I think I was at Powerhouse, some shit like that, right? So I told him, I said, yo, it was me, him, Mikey Dredd. Shout out Mikey Dredd.
Shout out.
We was sitting there, and I said, he just pops up. Comes up backstage, we talking. I said, hey, man, this is crazy. I said, yo,
I'll get to that.
you
I'll
know,
get to that.
top 5 MCs in my book of best writers of all time, he's in my top 5.
Okay.
Top 5. Like when it comes to to a story, lyrics, there's nobody that I feel can get with him. I had to let that man know. I said, man, look, you my man, you cool, we cool, but I just want to let you know.
Shout out! They having his birthday is coming up too. They having the BD.
They have, what's the name?
The
I'm going. I'm coming too. I'm coming to that show too. So
it's funny. I like this. I like this
Yeah.
live.
So Mackie, you see that, right? I'm coming to the show. So answer your fucking phone.
Here's
Now
somebody asked this question: how important are official videos for songs compared to content? You know what? I mean, I don't. Where do you watch your video at right now?
Ooh, good question.
Exactly.
I tell you. There's so many places you can watch a video, but to actually sit there.
I mean, YouTube. You're gonna, YouTube. Yeah, but I mean, how many?
I know they still got
I
think they still got like a video channel though on cable, like
Vivo.
No. Like I think like MTV Jams or some shit like that. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
like I haven't watched it in
that's
God
what I'm
knows
saying.
how long.
People like really. I mean, they exist, but they're not. They were used to be platforms that used to break artists. You have your video on BT.
Yep.
You don't have to have your video in none of these places. As a matter of fact, you could take 15 seconds of it and be on TikTok and go and do more with that than you can do having an official video on a what's your name right now.
I don't think nobody has like a real official video. Like I just think you could just find it on social media. Motherfucker just post it. They just post their video.
Yeah, motherfuckers still make
Go to my
videos.
YouTube page. No, they still do
But
video.
it's like here you go. Here's what's crazy. Like somebody like what was it? Miguel.
Yeah.
Miguel made a record, and remember he did. I haven't even seen it. Didn't he do a video where there's a whole lot of like piercing, where he like did a lot of piercing to himself and like was hanging from his skin, doing like with hooks in his body and stuff like that. You never see
I
that?
didn't see that.
Oh man, he
I don't want to see that.
Oh man, there's a whole culture. There's a whole culture of that.
I was already fucked up by Machine Gun Kelly. Did you see Machine Gun Kelly?
Oh, the tattoo thing.
The tattoo thing. This motherfucker got a whole black suit.
He blacked out his tattoos. Hey man, look.
Like the whole first of all,
like
I'm not gonna lie.
Maori
I'm not gonna lie.
tribesman type shit.
I think at some point that's not healthy.
Shout out to my people.
I don't think that's healthy too much. I think at some point it's gonna be ink poisoning. Somebody's gonna die. So,
Hey man, look.
I don't want to wish that on nobody, but I think that's just a little bit too much ink.
Hey man, look.
But that's just me.
Who am I to judge?
So listen, I want to say this. I want to since me and you ain't been chatting a little while.
What we talking about?
Might as well do a little round robin. This is what I want to do. Hold up.
Taking a sip of his water. Oh shit,
Took some more water first, right?
it's crazy.
So listen, this is what I want to do first. So me and this guy, we came up with an idea, right?
Oh
y'all?
gosh,
So
here we go.
So we haven't got the name of it. We haven't got the name of it just yet. But it's like a truth or dare, right?
Yeah,
It's like a truth or dare, but it's done with smoking because I don't fucking drink and he don't drink either. You see what he's drinking.
I do drink.
So
Don't disrespect me like that.
you know what? You're a better drinker than yeah. You know what? You are a drinker. Yes, you are. You are.
Yeah,
But I'm not going.
I was gonna bring a bottle in today. I just
Yeah, I'm not doing that, man.
I'm trying to watch my managed figure.
Yeah, whoa, wait a bit too much.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta lose weight, bro.
Do you?
Yeah, bro. Man, I got on a scale.
Little heavy side?
Man, I got on a scale the other day. They told me, yeah, get your ass off.
Ooh.
So, yo, calm down for me.
You see that T? Shout out K.O. Lewis, man.
Shout out
I've been
T.
trying to get T. I've been trying to get his ass down
I'll
there.
be there, sir. I'll be there.
He don't want to show up. He don't want to show up.
T, man.
You
Yo,
know what I mean?
I'll be,
He's
I'll
big
be
time.
out there.
See, what the problem is, T.
Here we
the problem
go.
is, T, is the man's
Here we
going to tell me
go.
is how much of a schedule he don't is
Oh,
so
my
tight. I'm in and out of the
gosh.
country. You know, T. These are just some of the excuses that I know he's going to give. You know what I mean?
I'll see you when I see you, T. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
See,
I'm not even gonna get into all
that would be the I see you when I see you.
Oh man, what is this? Get off my phone.
But anyway, let me explain this to y'all. So, how this work is how this game works for us is we ask a question to each other. If the other person, if you have a choice, either you answer the question, tell the story, whatever it is, or you smoke. Now, I know y'all saying to yourselves, hey, this is not really a punishment. You niggas been smoking already.
That's all right.
You know what I mean? But we gonna also feel some questions, so we gonna probably get it off of live too. So if y'all see us on live,
If you're on live,
and y'all got a question for us.
This segment is called Puff Puff Pass.
Is that's what we gonna call
We
it?
call it Puff Puff Pass.
Call Puff Puff Pass.
We
So.
want to, you know.
All right, and we'll do it. What we'll do is we won't hold the show up. We'll just do it while we see the question.
Yeah,
We'll see the
So if we
question
see
pop
it,
up,
so if we call it a Puff Puff Pass.
call it a Puff Puff Pass.
Yeah,
and we got to answer the question.
Okay,
all
that's
right?
cool. That's what we're gonna do.
So yeah, want to talk about a couple of things. A couple of things been going down in the world since we talk. Jonathan Majors found guilty.
Man.
Lost all his gigs. He's back on the chitlin circuit.
Hey man.
Killer Mike wins a Grammy. Gets arrested.
He gets detained. He doesn't get arrested. That's not even. He gets
Sorry,
detained.
I apologize.
That's not
Gets detained.
exaggerated.
Gets detained. Yep.
Shout out Killer Mike.
First of all, fuck with the album.
Shout out Killer Mike. I got robbed this year.
Huh?
Oh, he robbed me of a Grammy this year.
Who?
Killer Mike.
He robbed you of a
He
Grammy?
robbed me of a Grammy. Well, robbed me. He didn't rob me, but fucking Reeves, fucking
Okay.
the poem, that BET poem, the ode to hip hop type of thing.
Yeah.
That for Black Thought. Yeah, I recorded that, and that was in the same category.
Really?
It's like
So you was up for a Grammy?
yeah, for best rap performance.
Shout out, man. Shout out.
Shit, I mean,
My man goes up for a Grammy. See, listen, here's the crazy part, right? I've been talking to him every day, right? He said nothing about this till now.
come on, man.
He said nothing about this till now.
Hey, man.
But
It ain't nothing to talk about. You
Nah.
lost.
I mean, yeah, you did
Number
lose.
2.
But I mean, hey man, look, it was hey, look, it's nice to be nominated for a Grammy. But yeah, he won the Grammy, got arrested. What else is going on? I'm just throwing stuff out there and see what sticks on the wall.
I mean,
then we had oh man, I just had it in there. My guy Cat Williams.
oh my gosh.
Cat went out there. Love Cat. Spoke a lot of truth.
I love Cat too, but can we dive in on this?
We can stop here for a second. Yeah.
We stop here for a minute, man.
Yeah.
You know what? I love Cat Williams. Hey man, I like Club Shay Shay. Like here you go. I feel like not our job. But
It is. We do the same thing. Go ahead.
But ultimately, I think what we do ultimately is more. We kind of critique media a little bit more.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're kind of media,
Shout out
unfiltered
Dirty
media
Face
critics, you know what I'm saying?
and Bebo.
So, with that being said, it's interesting because I watch Club Shay Shay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I follow it, on YouTube and that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny. Now I've just kind of watched him fall into a place where now that type of conversation and that type of energy from the conversation with Cat Williams is now what his platform is about.
Okay.
And it's like, I just find it whack, man. I just find that, and culturally, we culturally, just in terms of that media space, it seems like, and even comics now they like, y'all supposed to be funny. What are y'all laughing? What are y'all arguing about and beefing for? Yo, like, you know what I mean? Like, come on now.
So I don't look at it that way. I like the platform. I even like the back and forth of everybody going to. I'm a petty motherfucker. I like entertaining. That shit entertains me. But I think it all depends on what you want your platform to be. I think from the beginning of watching it, just saying with Shay Shay's Club, right? With Shannon Sharp, I think he wanted that from the beginning, and even when he first started doing it before it really took off with that episode, he's been doing that. Now, here's the thing, right? That's like us, right? And let's say if we have somebody on here, right?
Right.
And they're talking, and as we're talking, motherfucker just start talking, just let some shit off his chest. I don't know about you. I'm not gonna stop him.
It's not necessarily about stopping them, but
if that's the conversation that you want to have, now it'd be different if he let him into that. Clearly, he didn't.
No.
He asked general questions.
No. Let's keep it 100. Fucking Cat Williams went on there with the intent to do that.
No.
That was his intention.
That was
you know what I'm saying?
Cat intention
to do that. But if it's your platform, you control the platform.
No. But so what was he going to say? Hey, man, we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, here you go. Because here you go. Here's what I'm just speaking to him. I'm just speaking to him. I'm just speaking to him. Yeah. It seems like what came out of that from him was now Shannon Sharp is in the middle of arguing with this comic and this person and beefing with this person because they said something about him and this, that, and other thing. Well, you opened yourself up to that, though.
It does make it look ugly. Now, here's the thing, right? Now, this is what, and I've done this in the past with artists. And you know, niggas know I've done this in the past even when I was on the radio. You can talk pretty much about whatever you want. Now, with that being said, if I do have a relationship with that person and I really fuck with them, I'm not gonna let you get on here on this platform and let you tear them down.
Because here's the thing.
Like, I won't let you do that. But if you feel as though like I can't stop. I remember I'll say this one. I remember it was a time when I was on the air and I had Hill, God rest his soul, from Ram Squad on there.
Tommy
right?
Hill.
Tommy
Hill,
right?
Shout out. God rest
and
his soul.
so he came up there. He reached out to me. He was like, "Yo, Funk, I want to come up to the show. You got, come on, Funk. We got history. Blah 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 blah." I said, "All right, it's cool." I said, "But listen, dog, we can talk about a lot of shit." I said, "The one thing we can't talk about is who you was beefing with at the time, right?" So he says, "No, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. I said, "All right."
Yeah. Let me see.
He says, "No, wait.
But to my point, you set that boundary.
So yeah. So we get up there, right? We get up there. We're sitting there, and he gets on there. First thing he says is, and because he's my man, I'll say it right now. So he gets up there and he wants to go in. He's upset with Kev, right? So he goes in and he starts. And as soon as he starts, I say, "Hey, man, before we go, I told you, this is where," because I already know whatever you're about to say is going to be really like trying to really hurt this person. Yeah. You're not even going to speak fact. You're not going to speak nothing of the truth. You're just out to try to hurt this man. No, and he's my friend. So no, I'm not going to let you do that. Now, with that being said, you're right. There are certain boundaries that I will set on a person, but like at least with Cat, like I felt like he was telling everything that Cat had an idea of what he wanted to do.
Yeah, he went.
Cat came in there and said everything he wanted. The only thing is, I think with some of that is make sure your shit is truthful. Don't be getting up here lying and saying, and a lot of stuff that he was saying he had receipts for.
Well, you know what? How about this? Well, if you really dug deep on it a little bit and shit, well, here you go. Let's tap into this then and shit. Because somebody accused Cat Williams of doing the same thing, of stealing jokes. And there's a video of him.
And there's videos of that.
Him doing the same thing. So it's like, even though there was here you go. Because I've dealt with this situation kind of before and shit. Even when someone is, there's truth in something that a person is saying, even with like somebody like Kanye, sometimes the message you ain't the right messenger for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think,
and even as an interview, like here you go, because I'm like I said, since we talk about, I watch Joe Rogan and shit.
Yeah.
I watch Joe Rogan talk to people and disagree with somebody, and then be like, yo, well, impress them on the disagreement, or at least press them on the issue and shit. When you let somebody go unfiltered, you feel like you seem like you are an accomplice in the situation.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like people start
like,
to
am I
come
gonna
at,
sit there and laugh? Like, if you say something and then I'm laughing and hee-haw with it, yeah, no, it sounds like I'm with the shenanigans of what you talking.
So I mean, so the energy that Shannon Sharpe is receiving kind of is based in that place that you kind of dealt with that shit. You know what I mean?
Or,
Like,
but what if his place is right here? I'm staying neutral to everything in the same way as that man came on here. I'm opening up my platform for anybody else to either.
I mean, but see, it's
or,
like it's like,
you know what I mean?
But here
Like,
you go,
you know.
and here's the part of it. Like, because when I understand, he did open himself up to Mike Epps and shit, and Mike Epps didn't want to do that shit because it's like, why you just now? It's like now you're engaging in this back and forth with somebody online or in media, and it's like, yo, if you're a real motherfucker, you see him when you see him. I'm saying,
well, even then,
see him when you see him in the street.
even with the Mike Epps thing, I think Mike Epps was more of a joke, because even then Mike Epps said in this, because it was some weird shit about, he said something stand up like Shannon Sharpe reached out to him and he said, "No, I don't want to do it," but did some shit like that. But he's a comedian. But truth be told, Mike Epps did reach out to him. He reached out to him first. He cleared it up, but I think where the misconception was where I didn't agree with was, number one, he's a fucking comedian. Like,
you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win a roasting battle against a comedian.
You're not.
Shout out Vegan Supreme. I love Vegan Supreme.
Speaking of which, since we talk about comedians,
vegan ice cream.
Oh,
but let me just say the thing that I want to say before we get off the topic was that it's like, we were just talking about this a couple of days ago, is that it's like, ever since Howard Stern became a huge entity in media with kind of this shock jock and kind of disrespect culture, it seemed like that was the wave ever since he left. And us culturally haven't survived that. So that's where you got the Wendy Williamses from and the early Charlemagnes. They were all trying to, or even, what's his name? Star and Buck Wild. You know what
I'm not gonna lie, I traveled down that road for a little while. That's how my show was based off.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It was like speaking your mind, say whatever the fuck you want to say, man. Whatever the fallout is, whatever the fallout is.
Yeah, and I mean,
but that day is over with, though.
No, it's not. Yeah. That's what this platform is. That we sit there smoking weed, talking shit. We do the same thing.
No.
We do the same thing.
I think those platforms like Star and Buck Wild, right?
Yeah.
Like boy was malicious. Like he would say shit before, and I fuck with Star. I just think that sometimes he would just say stuff before it was just investigated.
Or even before investigated, or even shit like,
or just not right timing and stuff.
Like the Aaliyah
shit.
Yeah,
like I'll never forget that Aaliyah. I'll never forget that. I was listening to radio at that time.
But that's what I mean about just disrespect culture.
Yeah.
It's like, it's cool to disrespect somebody in media, or it's cool to disrespect somebody on the radio, or it's cool to get on social media and fucking disrespect somebody, and then
not trying to disrespect y'all,
and not be a consequence. There's the being funny and there's everything, but there's a line that you got to kind of be able to toe and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's nothing. First of all, there ain't nothing I would say on here or on social media that I won't say to a person in a face.
I agree with that.
That's kind of a bounce that I kind of maintain and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like, whatever I say on here, I will say it to your face.
Yeah, I got, you know what I'm saying?
I did.
And we can have.
I used to do that. I did that back in the day. I think I told that story too back in the day with Iron Solomon. That's what it was. I remember that. Yep. I remember I played. Shout out Iron Solomon. It was no disrespect, but the record that he sent me was trash. It was horrible. And they played it the week before he came up, right? So I decided to talk over the record, right? It was so bad. I decided to talk over the record. I was like, yo, I don't even think the people need to hear this, man. I was like, get another record on. They ran in there. It was like, yo. So I was like, what? So then I was like, yo, switch it to another record.
That's fucking horrible, yo.
So then, right, they switch it to another record, right? So I get off the air. It's like the record's playing, and so at the time, Quick was my DJ Quick. Shout out DJ Quick.
Shout out.
He says, yo, man, that was the boy that's supposed to come up next week. I said, well, why didn't you tell me, right? So he says, yeah. So then Bull slides up next week, right? He's excited as shit to come up on the show. His Batcave. He's like, yo, man, this is, I watch y'all all the time on World Star, shit like that, right? So I said, yeah, man. I said, man, listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I had to. I was like, listen, I'm not going to lie to you, man. We played your record last week. I trashed it. His face went
Horrible.
Yo, I always say, if he was like maybe like a half an inch taller, he'd have tried to steal me. He was just too little. He was just mad.
See that? I mean,
And I didn't mean it like that, but
you did mean it like that. You mean it was trash, yo.
No, it was trash.
Yo,
It was trash.
it was. There you go. It's
To
like,
this day, it was crap. But
hey, man.
But I will say this though, right? I wouldn't have did that. I wouldn't have trashed his record on air like that. Like I wouldn't have did that, right? If I'd have known he was coming up, what I would have did was, right, and which I did again. I said, but you know what? I told him, I said, I was on the air. I said, yo, I'm man enough to tell you that I couldn't just not go on and act like I didn't say that last week. I said, but we gonna play the record again.
But now you got to. But now you got to. Here you go. But now you got to interview this man after you told him his record is trash.
It really was no interview after that.
But there you go.
I think I played his record.
It was a lose at that point and shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't get a good interview and shit. He feels fucked up.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm saying.
Well, you trying to make me feel bad now?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm absolutely. Yes,
I felt bad on how it went down.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, I felt bad. No, listen, I'm older now, man. Like I felt bad of how it went down then, man. I mean, now I feel bad now. I feel bad now.
Whatever.
I mean, back then, no, I did. Okay. Like, I felt bad now, man. I wouldn't have did it that way, but I did. But to my defense, right? I did play the record. Right?
Yeah.
Come on, Keith, you an MC. Come on, Keith.
Yo.
I gave him another shot.
Yo, that's what's up.
I did.
He fucking good Samaritan.
I did. I said, yo, but you know what?
He's Gandhi.
I'm just I said, listen. I said I only got one. I only got one opinion. It's just my opinion, man. Let's let the people decide again, right? And I played it again, right? People didn't like it too much, man.
Hey, man, look, man.
But
yo,
I gave it a shot, man. You know what I mean? And
hold on, let's leave Iron Solomon alone, man.
No.
What he doing?
Shout out. Nah, man. Yeah, especially because he going look at the whole clip. I'm telling you, man. Don't look at don't. Because it's going to come out. It's going to come out. Somebody going to clip it right here. Yeah, Bulls did this right here. He was laughing right there. Yeah, I trashed that shit. Yeah, man. No.
That's how it's going down. See?
No, it wasn't like that. Because I think he was a good MC. He was. Like, he was on the battle circuit.
He was on the battle circuit. Yeah.
But I'm not going to lie. I don't think a lot of, I've been said this. I don't think a lot of battle MC
battle rappers,
they don't make good records.
Make really good records.
They don't make very good records. They don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he wasn't the only.
It's like per our conversation earlier. There's a line that.
That's all. So
it's. But even inside of that, you kind of you gear your shit to your fan base, and
that's
whoever
all,
likes
man.
it, whoever likes it, and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing about the technology shit right now. It's like it don't matter who don't like it, and shit just matter who do.
So speaking of which, disrespect, right? Yeah. Since we just recapping on everything recently, for what I understand, Corey Holcomb, he has his own podcast, 5150.
Shout
and
out 5150.
yeah,
I like Corey Holcomb.
very, very funny, very entertaining. I
Corey
like,
Holcomb is a funny motherfucker.
I like his outlook on a
I
lot
know-
of things in life.
It's obvious why he won't. He's definitely. I feel like he's one of us.
Yeah, like I would love to have Corey on here and talk to him, but yeah. So Corey says on one of his podcasts, one of his episodes, and they talking about Dave Chappelle, right, and so basically he says that Dave Chappelle be putting up stinkers. It's comedy specials, he putting up stinkers. Now again, that's to. I look at it like each comic is different. Some people might think this guy is the greatest thing walking on earth. Some people might think he's not good. I know some people that don't like Dave, but whatever it is, that's what Corey Holcomb said. He said he's not a great comic. He said he loves them in movies, TV shows. He said, but if the man did 5 specials, only 2 of them were funny. That's what he said, right? So fast forward.
Shout out Dave too. Oh my God.
Shout out Dave. Fast forward. Donnell Rollins sees Corey Holcomb at Corey Holcomb show, if I'm not mistaken, at the Laugh Factory out in LA. They're out there, and next thing you know, Donnell Rollins starts yelling out the crowd. They going back and forth. But the key is, right, and Spawn, you know this. You can never beat the guy with the mic. It's a no-win situation.
I mean, it's funny. He said that. He said, "You got the mic." Yeah. He said, "I'm yelling because you got the mic." Now, he did say that, so I mean,
so
he's aware of that situation. He was aware of it.
Yeah, like what I mean. So,
well, here you go.
So further on.
Hold on, let me say this.
Okay.
I will say that in the piece of the Donnell Rollins thing that kind of caught a clip of, he said that Corey Holcomb took a shot at him on stage. He said
he said Corey Holcomb said he called him a mediocre comedian. He said
no. This is before that section.
No,
he said
no.
He said something about
no.
that.
He admitted. He said he called him a mediocre comedian.
Oh, yeah.
He said, am I lying? He came back and said, am I lying?
I mean, but that's for whoever the judge and shit. Like what? I mean,
he said, going off of body of work. Again, everybody has their own perspective of things.
Like, here you go. All right, give it to you this way and shit. Because here you go. Because I think
I'm not shouting out the water company, but I'm just thirsty. So go ahead.
I love Corey Holcomb as a comic, right?
Yes.
I realize his brand of comedy has a ceiling because it's not PC, right?
It's to a certain crowd. It's to a certain crowd. It's to a certain type of crowd.
It's a certain type of crowd and shit. You know what
like
I'm saying?
everybody can't go see Corey Holcomb. Some niggas can't go see Corey Holcomb because it will be an argument on the way home.
It's going to be an argument on the way home.
All the way home.
It's going to be an argument in the what's your name?
Yep.
In the comedy club.
It's going to be, why you laughing at this? Yep. Because his
funny as shit.
He's funny.
He's funny as a
He's
motherfucker.
funny.
He is funny. Jesus Christ, funny.
But his view on it was, and it was funny because he said name something Donnell Rollins made where he was a closer. He said he's not a closer. You're an opener. He said all you do is open. He said if somebody puts you closing, everybody's going to walk out. That's where. And
then, dude, obviously that's going to be offensive to a motherfucking.
But I mean, again,
a comic and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think where it came from was also too. He's like, I think Corey said too. The bigger issue was Donnell was basically saying I'm defending basically his friend, which is Dave. And he's like, why are you defending this other nigga when he's not worried about it? He said Dave knows me. He said Dave knows who I am. I know who Dave is. He said I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Dave is way bigger than me. He said, you think he's worried about what I'm talking about? He said, and if he did, he knows how to get to me.
Yeah, look, man.
He said we've been in the same room before.
But that's what I spoke about earlier. I spoke about how, if in real life, I ain't gotta go to. If I got a problem with somebody, I ain't gotta go to social media to.
Shout out my guy, Chill Well. I
whatever,
see you.
You know, get at somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, when I see you, I'll see you. You
Make
know what I'm
sure y'all-
saying?
make
And that's
sure
how
y'all
it goes
subscribe to our
down and shit.
YouTube
I'm
channel.
quite sure it's like that for a bunch of people and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you gonna deal with it.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to, be airing my dirty laundry out, or you know what I'm saying? It's like that's weird. That becomes a little weird and shit. You know what I mean? But that's become social media nowadays. It's like everybody going online and arguing about shit.
I think that's what the biggest was today. Now I think, to me,
Man, we all
you're
just get
asking
along.
for. I feel like you're asking for a lot of trouble when you come to a man's place of work, because that's really what it is. And you decide you want to interrupt it, because if you're not a strong enough comic, you're not going to overcome the guy.
Well, I mean,
it just makes you look. It makes you. To me, it
let's not
makes
say
him
he
look
came
bad.
to his place of work and
He
shit. 'Cause
did.
They was both at the same place and shit. They
Wait,
was both
wait.
working.
No.
They was both working.
No,
He
no,
just
no.
got off stage, yo.
No.
From
No,
what I
listen.
understand, he got off stage and was walking out of the club and heard that he was on stage and stayed.
Yeah.
Because he fucking wanted to see what was up and shit.
You're at my place
He was
of work.
So he was looking
Why
for.
we-
He
why-
was looking for.
why- why
trouble.
did you
So
bring-
Donnell was
why
looking
you
for some
bring-
shit.
why you bring
Donnell
all
was
this-
looking for some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, we're co-workers. Why you bring this to the job?
He was
Why you bring this to the job?
I mean,
Why you bring this to the
But let's
job?
keep it a buck. Like I said, on some real shit.
You could have waited till after this. You could have waited till I got off the stage.
Yeah, exactly.
You could have waited
My
till I
point
got off the
exactly.
stage.
Yeah, you know,
Now,
you ain't get no disagreement.
You could have waited. You could have
I've
waited.
been saying the
you
same
coulda-
thing the whole
yeah.
time.
You could have waited till I got off stage, and we could have went outside, and then we could have talked about it. No, you want to wait till my set. Oh, okay.
I
You
mean,
get what you get.
But that's it is, like I said, that is what it is. But I'm just saying, like, but it seems like that's the culture, especially in 2024. Like, it seems like that's the culture and the energy right now, man. It's like, what's the matter with y'all, man? It's like, ain't motherfuckers getting enough money out here?
So I
Like,
need to.
I'm just trying to figure it out. I mean, it's like, come on now.
So I
know?
got a question.
And that's what we selling. You know what I mean? It's almost like
So anyway,
my man Derek, Bag Mom, moderator.
shout out y'all over there. I see y'all.
And Colgate, and shout out Colgate.
Yeah.
Shout out, yo, absolutely. If you want white teeth, Derek's the guy.
There's the guy. You.
He's the guy. Trust me. Believe you.
You,
Believe
man.
me. Shout out Colgate.
Oh yeah. Well. I mean, since we're talking,
Yeah.
because we're bouncing all over the place. 50 years of hip hop.
Woo.
Shout out 50 years of hip hop.
Yeah, man. That was, I know.
Hand claps if we had hand claps. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Said holla at me.
Huh?
Try to tell you.
Yo, 50 years of hip hop. Not gonna lie, I've really thought about it, and I realized, number one, that was really a special moment.
Yeah.
But I'm mixed on it, because it's like, because it's now that we think about it, and I've heard people, especially older MCs, like KRS-One and like a couple of people, like, why take 50 years to celebrate fucking hip hop?
Well, it's not that.
But to be on the positive side.
I mean, he's speaking specifically about the Grammys.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get
yeah,
it.
the Grammys.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? See, it's weird, man.
And the Grammys is something. And so crazy. Shout out Ab Lava.
Shout out Ab Lava.
I had he's a friend of the show. I was talking to him, and I had him because he's part of the Grammy committee for Philadelphia, so he gets the actual chance to vote on different stuff. So he explained to me, because I asked him, I said, "Dog, how is this process, really goes down?" And like who picks who? How did these people get picked? And he explained it to me. And so it's a real weird concept, man. But I realized by the time he explained it, and one day we'll have him back on here again. It's amazing how I understand how Macklemore will win Best Album of the Year. Like, for example, so there's different places around the country that has Grammy like chapters, right? And so in these Grammy chapters, these people vote, but you get to vote on everything. So let's just say your genre of music is hip hop. So of course you vote for the best thing for hip hop, but
the person who's in country music, they get to vote
on hip hop.
On hip hop.
And what if they don't know hip hop? They just know the
Brother
best,
Steve.
What if they just know the best?
Shout out.
The name that just pops out in their head. Case in point, like I said, like I think it was like Macklemore, right? Because I was like, how did Macklemore win? Well, that's because there are a lot more people that don't know about hip hop. If I'm explaining it correctly, where they're just picking the name that pops out in their head.
Yeah,
so
the most popular name.
Yeah, like so case in point. Even though I feel like Killer Mike deserved that album of the year. Mm-hmm. It also goes to show you that also Killer Mike was doing a lot of other stuff where other people realized out of all the names on the nominee list, this is the one we want to pick. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
like in other words, let's say for hip hop, let's say if the space for hip hop, these amount of people for hip hop is this big, right? It's this big. But the amount of people that don't know the music is this big.
And they get to have a say.
They get to have a say. So your little vote kind of almost don't count. Well, it counts, but it really. You
get to listen to the people who get to vote. They basically get all the music that's available for a Grammy.
What you got?
Shout out Hardin. Hey, shout out John Smelts.
John,
what up, man? He's tuned in. Shout out, but shout out Hardin in L.A. Let's shout out them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Shout out Hardin.
In Vegas. You know what I'm saying? My man. I mean, shout out Bonnet and shout out Adam and all those folks. Like, there you go. I've always had an issue with the Grammys, Naris whole thing.
Yeah.
I've always felt like it was like a musical Amway. Like kind of like a musical kind of pyramid scheme. Because it kind of at one point in time, if I'm not mistaken, I think they changed this. I know I'm kind of out of the mic, but I think they changed it to where, like at one point in time, like if say for instance I joined Naris or joined the Grammy committee and shit, I could vote my own self to receive a Grammy. Yeah. Right now, everybody that is nominated for a Grammy and shit gets a certificate that says you were nominated. You know what I'm saying? So just the fact it's a little weird that I could just kind of, just join the organization and have a record that, as we talked about earlier, shit, ain't never have a listen on fucking Spotify and never have nothing. I can nominate it for a Grammy. That just seems a little weird and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That could go down.
Yeah, that can go down and shit. You know what I mean? Which is, I could buy myself into getting one of these little certificates. I mean, you're never going to get the actual, thing, but I can vote myself to get the certificate to say I was nominated for a Grammy. That's okay. I guess that's cool. But just as long as we continue to take our music and shit, I'll just say our music, and put it in those spaces and look for it to validate it, we're always going to be making a mistake. We need to validate it by taking the music that we really like and pay attention to it and celebrate it ourselves, as opposed to waiting for them to celebrate it. Because they're never going to do it any justice. If you're waiting for them to do it some justice, it's never going to be done. Now, I'll say this, going back to the 50 years of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I was there at the initial Grammy 50th celebration where they did it during the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? And I think I might have said it before. I don't even know if we had this conversation, but I got to see a timeline of hip hop in front of my face. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, wasn't it?
It's pretty crazy and pretty interesting to see. But there was a point. There was a distinct point in the hip hop timeline where you realize it became more about the individual as opposed to the culture.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it all was the attitude of the performance and the person that was in that space. You know what I'm saying? And it was weird to kind of see it that way. You know what I'm saying? But even now, you don't have like, we went from a culture where like a lot of the hip hop and the stuff that we were dealing with was based on routines and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And then they they eventually translated to record to people just wanting to make records and not even having the ability to perform it, which is a weird kind of pendulum to swing. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I see that swing coming back because what the 50th kind of showed me was, because after that period, then I'm on the Force tour. And now we got LL. Shout out LL Cool J. Amazing year. Yeah. Shout out Jazzy Jeff. Amazing year. 50 years of hip hop. Shout out Nas. I'm just saying people who had really good years because of the 50th year of hip hop. Shout out Jay-Z with the museum in Brooklyn.
Shout out Wu-Tang.
Shout out Wu-Tang.
For the residency.
And I had a chance to go check it out, and I missed it.
You missed it?
I was in Vegas. For...
You didn't check that out?
Nothing. Long story.
Yeah,
but,
damn,
man.
I'm sorry, man.
Well, I would have... Oh, here you go. I would only got to see the end of it anyway, so it's like, I'd have probably saw the last 4 songs. You know what I'm saying? So... After
this, I'm going to tell you I had a hip-hop moment, because we're in 50 years of hip-hop, so go ahead.
Yeah. So, So the whole Force tour thing, it's like, all right, that's rolling. And even while that's happening, right, it's like when you hear Jeff and LL speak about it, and he was telling the story every night about how, I remember how when we first started this, we was on this fucking school bus and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now
they on these custom-made tour buses.
Yeah,
flying
man.
in and out.
Yeah, man.
I only can fly in here. I'm not riding on the bus.
And whatever and shit. I mean, and now, and oh yeah, shout out the Roots, my man. Just shout out the Roots, absolutely. Like, they had a great 50. I mean, I'm saying they had a great. Yep. It benefited these people, but to go out and see these people perform, right? And then like, here you go. I think we were in Chicago the night after the Little Dirk thing happened.
Okay.
So remember, I think Little Dirk had a concert
there was a shooting out there.
Oh no, there wasn't a shooting. What happened was they said there was a shooting, and it wasn't a shooter. And then people started running, and then they fucking stole all the stuff from the concession stands. That's what. Yeah. That, you know what I'm saying?
That was the night before.
This was the night before we arrived in Chicago. Yeah. So when we arrived in Chicago, I forgot what it's not Chicago Stadium anymore.
Shout out D-Dot.
You know what I'm saying? But when we get there and and there's like a high alert kind of thing, like, yo, more hip hop in the building and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas and fucking guns, something gonna go down and shit. And we felt that energy, but the energy of that tour is not that. These are all grown people. We got the kids is on the road. You know what I'm saying? Grandchildren is on the road. These people are having a ball. You know what I'm saying?
So
it's a stark contrast of I hate to say the starting and what we dealing with now, and I hate to be like that, but it's like, and here, let's not bullshit. We had our version of the bullshit too. Our shit wasn't fucking the safe. We went to fucking go to these fucking clubs and parties and everything was fucking cool. No, fucking, we was fighting in motherfucking parties. Somebody got fucking knocked out. Somebody got robbed at the party and shit, got their jewels snatched. Shit happened. I'm not saying shit don't happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it seems like the dramatics and the level of this shit now.
I think it's more, I think what's so funny, man, speaking about even that tour, because even out in Charlotte, we was out in Charlotte, and it's so much more professionalism. Like, people just want to do their jobs. That's it. Just want to do their job, go home, man, see their family, man. That's it, man. Take some pictures, man. Enjoy the fucking moment, man. Like, that's all I see. Unlike I've seen, look, I've been backstage on a lot of shows, man. It ain't like that all the time, man. These young shows, man, and I don't like to sound like the old man, but shit different. It is.
But here you go, just to hear them tell that story, and then you think of rappers nowadays. It's like, yo, like, I ain't never did nothing but fly private. I'm saying, like, it's actually kind of dope.
Old head, I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Since I've been in the game, I've been flying.
I'm saying?
School bus. I might have flew commercial once.
I mean,
once.
I mean, I saw Yachty on the plane one time when we was on the road and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We was flying. I forgot where we was flying. Matter of fact, it's weird. I think we were coming from like goddamn like London or Germany, someplace we were coming from. I forgot. But yeah, it's like, you know, it's like they never took that route. Even, I mean, I don't know. The young rappers, like my rap crew when we was young, we actually had a record and we fucking started in fucking New York and drove down the East Coast passing our record out.
No, that's not even. That don't even.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like even.
I mean, I know we got the internet, so you ain't got to do that shit.
So
but I mean,
like,
we were going there to perform. We were going there to kind of do. You know what I'm
like
saying?
Most of the time, I remember going on the road. It's crazy. We was talking about this. I remember going on the road. Shout out Tracy Lee.
John Smells invented the turntable. Y'all are wild in the comments.
Shout out
Y'all
Tracy Lee. I
amazing.
remember going to each market, going to mom and pop record stores.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
after that, later on, booking little shows, doing little radio fucking stations and college stations and stuff like that. Shit, that's how I know most of these motherfuckers in the game now.
Hey, go back. Here you go. Let's go back to Ram Squad. Here you go.
Yeah.
I remember when we used to because we were like, you know, during homecomings and shit like that, you know, they'll have like, you know, a show where might have Karis One or some other rapper come out headline. They always got, you know, opening acts. So a lot of times the Philly circuit of rappers was the opening acts for these shows. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times my squad and shit. Shout out Mars of Soul. Shout out Fifth Dynasty and shit. We
There
be
you
on
go.
the road and we be running into Ram, like everybody knew each other, but we'd be on the road with Ram Squad and they would show up, everybody fucking Richard Allen and shit in a goddamn school bus. And it'd be about 40 of them
All right,
coming to the
so-
show with a school bus and shit.
So since we're gonna do that, right? So my first, I'll give you a good Ram Squad story. Shout out Ram Squad.
Shout out Ram Squad.
Shout out 6ix9ine. Shout out Suave. Shout out.
Steve started the whole record. Yo, shout out Steve Mandel, man. That's my bro, man.
Ram Squad. First time I met them, right? They had just got their deal at Universal, so these niggas is hype. They hype as shit, right? I meet them on the road. This is the same time I met Trey Lee. I met all of them on the road, right? So they were like night and day two fucking groups, man.
Right.
Trey, if y'all know Trey, and y'all know him now, and I believe he's probably the same way. He's a stickler for shit, right? Probably motherfuckers out there, probably if you tell him 10:45, his ass is there. 10:45.
That's
not
why he is
10:46, not 10:44, 10:45.
That's why he still raps. And he still is
so
a legal
so
beagle.
here's the funny part about that, right?
He's a
So
lawyer.
me telling you that, right? So think about Trey Lee and Guru and Lance and their whole squad, right? I got two groups together, right? Him and I'm taking Ram Squad on the road too at the same time.
Right.
They're both signed for Universal. So Ram Squad, the exact opposite. Bus time. 5 a.m., right?
Right.
So Trey and them, right? Again, you tell Trey 5 o'clock. Trey is there at 4:45 in the bus. Or at that time we was on the van. We had rat vans waiting, right? Custom rat vans, right? They're waiting. Vans running. Ram Squad. Yo, bus time, 5 o'clock. Ask me what time they show up.
8:30.
Well, no, it wasn't that bad. The first time that they did it, it wasn't 8:30. It was like a 5 o'clock. We had to get, because we was leaving fucking Boston, right? We had to come down to Boston and go to New York because they had to do some radio in New York at the time. They was doing Hot 97.
Right.
So I had Trey and them all coming down. Now this is at the time when this is weird. Ram Squad had just signed a deal, so they're brand new going out there. Trey is a veteran artist And at this point, Trey was kind of coming in and landing with his rap career. You know what I mean? You looking back at it now, he was like he had the high with the single he had, and then now he was kind of like this was his last hurrah with Universal. So you got these motherfuckers that knew experienced motherfuckers, then you got these other motherfuckers that just happy to be out the hood. So first of all, the bus time was 5 a.m. They didn't get there till like 7:30. Yeah. You couldn't find all of them.
How many deep did they travel?
So in the beginning, when I went with Ram Squad, in the beginning, it started out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Shout out
6.
J. Period.
Yeah. It started out like with 6 people. It started like 6 people, and that was at the time the members of the group until I learned that one. It was Bax, Hill, Suave, 6ix9ine, E-Rex, Wiz Gam, right? So, and I didn't know at the time in Boston what E-Rex and Wiz Gam situation was, right? I didn't know that until later on. So anyway, right? So now, as we go to city, these niggas keep multiplying, right? So these niggas, so we get to New York, they gather up in New York, then we get to Philly. That was the worst stop ever because they gathered. It was like a gazillion these niggas, right? So, and shout out to all you niggas in Richard Island, all of y'all. I love all y'all, but it was a lot of you niggas, right? It's a lot. So we get to Philly. Then now they got F-150 Ram trucks following down the highway. So we in a convoy. We get to Baltimore, right? It's like 10 cars, maybe 15. There's like about 40 of these motherfuckers all riding down, right? And everybody wants to get in free. Everybody wants to go to the radio station.
On 10 comps. You got 10 tickets.
No, I got 6.
See? There you
I
go.
got 6. 4 plus the 2 add-ons. You know how it was back in the day. So you know, remember, think about it. Record label. So all y'all don't know about record labels, right? So when they give you a budget, they give you a budget to go on the road, right? So if you're a group, they'll tell you, you say, yo, you can take the group out, and they'll be like, maybe you could take on like 2 people, maybe a road manager and a hype man. Right. You know what I mean? So that's your money. So that's how it is. So imagine, right? Y'all getting is 4, but you got to stretch. Like this was like Moses. You know, in the Bible, how Moses had to stretch. Is it Moses? I hope I'm saying it right. If not, you Bible people are gonna beat the shit out of me, man. So
Fake Bible ass nigga. Fake ass Bible nigga talking that Bible.
So anyway, right?
You talking about multiplying the loaves of
loaf of
That's
bread.
Jesus, man. Jesus did that.
Did Jesus do that?
Yeah.
Jesus did that. See? I'm glad. Look, but I'm glad you fucking corrected me on that.
Loud so people can see this.
Yeah, say I'm sorry.
He ain't gonna edit this out.
I'm definitely not editing this out. I'm definitely not. So anyway, right? So imagine, right? So imagine trying to get all these motherfuckers into a fucking spot, right? So I'd never forget this caravan gets all the way down to like Virginia, right? So now we at this show. This is like the biggest show on the whole tour. This is where it's crazy. This is the first time I met Charlie Mack. Shout out Charlie Mack.
And a hip hop story.
Yep.
Hip hop story.
Yes, make sure y'all go see that movie, man.
Affion Crockett.
Hip hop story.
Shout out.
Avion Crockett. Yo, it's just dope. So anyway, right? It's the first time I meet Charlie and Miss Jade, right?
And he turned water into wine. Oh, man, that's what my man said.
There you go.
He just turned water into wine.
I didn't talk about
He
it.
did both of those and shit, man. He's always trying to feed motherfuckers, get motherfuckers drunk. People don't understand that shit about you. That's the good qualities.
Are we going down that road or can we finish this, man? Like, goddamn,
That's a good
like,
quality,
yo,
man.
What the fuck,
That's a
man?
good quality of the
This is
motherfucker
what
who
the
try to
fuck
get you
I gotta deal with.
Don't you think that's a good
motherfucker
quality?
here.
Shout out if you think that's a good quality for Jesus to have, to feed motherfuckers and get them drunk.
Get them drunk.
Hey, go. Let's go.
So anyway, right?
Shout out Jesus.
So we at this club. Yo.
That nigga crazy.
So
He's crazy as shit.
So I never forget, right? We in front of the club. It's like 40 of these motherfuckers still, man. They won't drop off, right? So Hill comes to me, he's like, yo, we gotta get them all in. I said, so how much you trying to pay? So here's the crazy part, right? On this bill, right? It's like, this is when Missy was just popping. So Missy was performing, Missy Elliott was performing, Jade was down there. This when Jade career was just about to take off, right?
Shout out Miss Jade.
Yep, shout out Miss Jade.
Don't you know that's my
Jade,
favorite woman
Jade probably
rapper?
don't even remember this though, right? So we down there. I finagle to get all these niggas in, right? All of them in, right? We get in. As soon as we get on stage, something different about this setup because now the two niggas that, you know, and I love them to death, 6ix9ine and Suave, aren't on the fucking stage. It's E-Rex and Wiz Gam. So
Okay.
this is a little odd.
Okay.
When I'm looking at the flyer, I see these two niggas.
Right.
When I look on stage, spit these bars. It's these two niggas. It's a little odd, but I'm gonna tell you how slow I am too. Right? I wasn't paying attention when we used to get up to the station. Right? We used to get up to the station every time freestyles came up or when they had to give up bars. Suave and 6ix9ine slide back. Wiz and E-Rex get up there.
Yeah.
Boom. That's how I know. That's how I know.
Shout out Trade.
Shout out Wiz Gam. That's how I know Wiz to be an MC. That's how I knew Wiz had bars.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean that's what
like-
I'm saying. We
like-
knew all. We
like,
was on
I
that
didn't
rap
know that.
circuit,
Like,
so
like,
we knew
like,
that all
like-
those dudes.
Yeah,
That's how
like
we knew
not
them
that,
all.
like, and then once I found out,
Shout out 100X.
yeah, once I found out the dynamic of Ram Squad, which I believe, shout out Mike Knox, because I believe Mike Knox is trying to do a movie on that, which probably be a crazy movie because
Shout out Mike Knox.
They story is crazy. But my point of all this was those niggas trying to move them at that time in the era of shit trying to get them in. It was ridiculous, and it was entertaining, and I wish Trey.
It was entertaining.
Listen, because I wish Trey, because Trey used to always Trey be mad as shit, yo. He be mad as shit. We sitting in the van because we had two different vans. Trey had a van and they had a van, and so Trey be sitting in there and it'd be like, told you, if bus time is 5:00, Trey is in the van at 4:45. He's there and it's running, and he's like, so how long we gonna wait for these niggas? Like, how long we gonna wait for these niggas? Like, yo, we just late. I was like, dog, it's nothing I can do, man. Like, you know. And the funny part about it, we laughed about it later on and shit like that, man. And especially when niggas start getting together. Like, you know how artists get. Once they get to the spot, they start drinking together and start laughing. All love.
Oh, that should go out the window.
Everything's out the
It's
window.
out the window. It's out the window.
But yeah,
Yeah,
man. So
Yeah, but like going, I don't know, man. I'm high.
so
Great, like, shout out Hardin again.
so I do got a question for you. Wait a minute. Keith, we got time? Keith's like, woof. He's like,
We do it. All right, we just.
I mean, do you have a question?
You doing the puff pass
I
question?
can do it, but we can do one at least.
All right, one at least.
One at least if you want to answer. You got
Shit.
if you want to answer it. You know what I mean?
All right, well, go ahead. Let's try it out. Let's see what
Let's
happens.
see.
Let's see what you're gonna
This
get.
is this for everybody. This is an experimental.
Shout out Street
Cast
Orchestra.
that.
He's on the thing. Shout out.
This is experimental. We might not keep this shit. If this shit don't work, won't be in the next episode. So we're gonna see how
We'll
this
use
works.
it. We'll use it with discretion. We'll use this with
There you
discretion.
go. So
Want to explain it?
you can explain. Go ahead.
All right. Well, we calling this segment Puff Pass, basically.
At least temporarily, that's
Temporary-
the name of it.
temporary.
We got to figure out
So
something.
yeah, exactly. So the segment is there's going to be a question posed. If you're watching right now, you got a question. You can put it in there or something,
Yep.
I guess. But you ask a question, If you want to answer it, feel free to answer it. If you don't want to answer it, smoke away.
Yeah, smoke away.
Smoke away, and we'll deal with it like that.
We'll deal with it like that. Now, if the game works, we'll elaborate on it and go from there.
Yep.
So
let's try this out.
Let's try this out.
Let's
So
see.
I got a question.
I ain't got no question for you.
See,
but,
that's what.
but-
Because I'm prepared. See, that's what.
But that's fine. I'll figure it out. It
Yeah.
depends on what you do.
So-
what you play your hand.
All right. So my question is right.
Okay, see what you want to do. All right.
Don't light up yet.
I'm not gonna light
Light
up
up
yet.
yet. All right.
I might light up regardless. But I'm saying, go
My
ahead.
question is right. Can you tell the world right now?
Okay. Wow.
Right now,
Oh no, this is ridiculous.
the ugliest broad you've ever knocked off. You have to give the first name. You don't have to give the last name. But you have to give the first name. And you have to tell the story behind why you knocked this ugly broad off. Or Keith is quiet.
See, you know what?
Keith is quiet.
No. I'm not quiet. This real talk shit. Real nigga talk.
It's past whatever it is. It's in the past.
No. Well, see, it's like I'm a different nigga because I don't think I really ever messed with any like Ugly Johns and shit. I don't like.
Say-
I'm just being honest.
All right.
I'm just being honest. Like
All
I don't
right.
like.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm just.
Keith sound like he's smoking, right? That's what he doing.
I guess I'm
That's
gonna
he's
smoke
doing.
anyway, but I guess
He's
I'm
smoking,
yeah,
right?
because I can't.
Because I'm not gonna lie, man. Look, I'm not gonna lie.
I am.
I'm not gonna lie. In my lifetime, and I do say this. Right?
Yo, the boy out of control.
I do say this with
I can. Yeah.
all transparency, right? This is my past, but in my past, I've dealt in volume.
See, I'm picky.
Yeah.
People choose Jeff.
You know what I mean? I live.
people choose
I've lived.
I've just
because
always
I've done
had
a lot of
options.
shit like you have, right? So and I know like
I've always been afforded the ability to choose.
no, like I ain't gonna front, man. Like the majority, and not to dive into this, right? But the majority of the bodies, right, that I've accumulated in my lifetime, or on the better side. But I'm not gonna lie, again, because I've dealt in volume. The same way as I've knocked off. If you're going on a scale of 1 to 10, the same way as I've knocked off a 10, there is a 1 or 2 in that barrel.
That's I don't got
One meaning like
my worst thing is I just don't remember John's name. I just, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't
think this game gonna go too far, Keith.
I just don't remember. Or I don't remember bagging this shit.
What you got?
All the ones he messed with wasn't.
But they all 10s.
No, but he can't. None of them remember.
No, I'm not saying I didn't say none of them are memorable. I didn't say. I didn't.
So my one, I gotta know her name.
Gotta know what name, man. Like,
See, I'm bad with names in general, so it's like.
or no, listen.
How about here you go? I remember going out. I remember going out one day.
I'm gonna go ahead and puff because I've realized this.
No, I'm just saying. I'm going to puff anyway. I remember going out in what was that place? Yard House up in Moorestown.
Yeah.
And shit. I went in there one day, and this girl is looking at me, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, I know you from somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure where I know you from and shit. You know what I'm saying? And as she approached me and she started talking, we talked for a few minutes and shit, and then I realized, oh shit.
Was she a 1?
No, she wasn't the one.
This don't count then, man.
No. I'm just saying, but I'm
Have
just
you
saying
ever
how.
had this happen to you?
What?
Right. So right. I've been in a situation, right, where I've come back in from the club. Shout out World Fusion. Shout out Red Sky. That's how old I am. So shout out these spots, right? I've come in, right? This one particular night, I was looking. I was
Yeah,
going.
bro.
I was ready to. I wasn't ready to pack it on in, right? So instead of going home, at the time I was living with my woman, right? Not the one I'm with now. So make this clear.
Okay, incriminate yourself if you want to.
Yeah, yeah. So this is in the past. I want to make sure it's in the past.
Okay, past guy.
To the past, guy. You know what I mean? I want to make this clear. You know what I mean? So anyway, right? So I'm riding, right? And I'm like, man, I don't necessarily want to go home to what I got. Let me just flip through the phone, right? And I never forget, man. I went to this last spot, right? This last like after hours joint, right? I go there and I'm just sitting there and I'm chilling and we kicking it and I see something and I clarify something, right? And when I go, right, I'm high. Had a shot or two. Again, you know I'm not a drinker, right? So long story short, right, I decided this is what I'm going to do. Go ahead and close this deal. When I tell you, when I woke up in the middle of the night and realized what the fuck I did and realized what type of fucking animal I was laying next to, I tried to sneak out.
Do you remember her name?
I do remember her name.
You do?
Yeah, I do remember.
Oh, okay. See, I was about to say.
No, not this one because there's a couple of ones I had.
So why when I said I don't remember?
No, but I remember the
your
person.
name and
No,
shit?
but I remember the person. Like I do, I remember the person. You're telling us that you don't remember the person or a place. Or
No,
just everything blurs together for you.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, no, see, no.
Kinda like yeah, like.
Now I'm not gonna say
She was, she
Keith, I forgot to tell you.
She was
I
a
tried to
bartender
sneak
across
out.
the street.
I tried to sneak out, but the bitch locked the door and had a bolt key. She knows that now. Yeah, see,
She had
with the bolt key.
in her crib. She locked you in the crib.
There was an inside bolt key.
See, that's why you see. There you go.
I tried
You
to
playing
sneak out.
games.
But you know who you is too. You know,
can't see.
you know that wasn't cool. I tried to sneak out too all the way, man. She was like, "Where you go?" I said,
See?
I was like, my man. I said, wait a minute. Why would you lock me in here? She's like,
Because you was going to get some more of that animal loving. That's what you was going to get. You was in the bestiality. That's what you was into.
yeah. I'm telling you, man.
Yo.
That was a low point in my life.
But see, I ain't never
If I had
been
to
that
get
low.
the fuck out of here.
I can feel good
But I
about
realized,
myself.
man.
and say I've never been that
Again,
low.
I do put that in quotations of I dealt in volume. I dealt in volume. Bodies on bodies on bodies. That's what it was.
Picking people's shoes, Jeff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right. I mean, I've been fortunate enough never to fucking have to deal with any domestic shit in any instance of all my fucking.
We do domestic shit.
Like, just fucking get locked in the crib with a Joe, having to have any.
Well, I know about that. I don't know about that's domestic. I just woke up. I tried to get the fuck out of there, and the bitch locked the door. I didn't know she did
agreed, wilding out. Let's go. You know what I mean?
There's a couple of things that happened to me, man. That's for another episode, though, man. I can't go into that.
I can't see it later again.
So yeah, you can see that later, man.
You wild, yo.
Yeah, I got a lot of wild stories, man. I got a lot of wild road stories, man. Changed my life, though.
I'm a good Christian boy.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Okay. Okay.
Can't nobody say I did nothing.
I ain't gonna lie. I know it's some footage out there. I just don't know who got it.
Almost put water on myself.
I know.
For me lying.
I know there's some Mexican lady in Atlanta probably telling this story about how she seen this black man run out of his room asshole naked because she thought somebody was playing games on him.
What happened?
Right?
I Listen, I don't want to hit. Listen, look, keep on. Yeah, that sounds.
Nah, man, I was on the road.
Yo, whole time I don't need to hear stories
you wanna
about
hear the
you
story?
running out in the.
You want to hear the story or not, man? No,
Hey man, hey, look, if you want to confess your sins, go for it.
No, man, I don't got nothing to
You want
hide,
a
man.
confessional, go for it.
Nah, just in case this shit come out, run for president, this shit pop out, man. I want to get in front of it.
Hey man,
So, well, yeah, I was in Atlanta, right? I was on the road. I was with this artist named oh shit, Ep1. So, out of Chicago. Shout out Ep1, man.
what out of Chicago? Shout out.
So,
Shout out Corey. Shout out Corey Towns.
Yep. Shout out Corey. So anyway, right. I had just landed in Atlanta, right? We was on tour. This is like his second tour. He was signed to Motown. So he lands, right? They're there before me. They got on the tour bus and I had to fly down late. So I get to the hotel. So him and his road manager fuck around, like they was playing around, man. Just knocking on the door and shit. Some shit like that, man, right? So I ain't feel good or some shit, man. So I thought it was them. Not gonna lie. I thought it was them, man. I was mad as shit, man. I was taking a shower, man. I kept hearing motherfucker beat on the door and shit like that, man. So I opened the door. I said, man, what the fuck, man? And it was this Mexican lady standing there, right?
Mexican lady.
This is, I mean, that's who it was, right? At least she wasn't. I don't know if she was Mexican.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. She's
a
so
Mexican lady.
I was a lady. She didn't speak no English, right? All she said was me standing there in the doorway, right? This years ago. This like maybe like 96, 97, some shit like that, right? So I'm standing in the door, right? I'm soapy all over, butt ball naked, right? Trying to explain to this lady, my bad. Somebody keep playing at the door, right? So she's trying to run down the hall.
So you hold on. So you didn't put on the towel. You just
Nothing. Open the fucking door. I was mad.
That's
mad.
wild, yo.
I was wild bull, man. I was mad.
That's
was wild,
crazy.
man. I was
Yo,
wild.
Yo, that's crazy.
I was, man.
That's,
So
hey,
probably,
yo.
what'd you say?
Crazy. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, man.
You a crazy boy.
Yeah, man.
You out of control,
Well,
yo.
I know you shit, man.
No way.
Yeah, man.
No way.
I was in the hallway like, my bad, listen. Listen, I can explain. She was like, no. She was like, no. So then I go back in the room, right? I close the door. Front desk calls, right?
Yeah, I bet they did. Yo. I bet the fucking front door.
They say, front desk call. This is Mr. Turner. This is a lady. She's like, Mr. Turner, this is like to let you know that we have a policy of people not walking around and unexposed. So I'm trying to explain to the lady. No, see, what happened was
the lady. But the question is, hold on, I got a question now. I got questions now. Like, since you wanted to bring this up, you wanted to put this out there. Yeah. I know there's people out there have questions too.
There's a lot of people probably ask questions like, why would you do that, right?
But if it was two dudes knocking on the door,
I'm mad.
playing. Why are you gonna answer the door naked?
The fuck y'all want, man? In the fucking shower.
Yeah, come out.
In the fucking shower. Fuck y'all what? House bad. House bad.
I'm dead.
I was mad.
I'm dead. Oh my gosh. Oh man, yo. Hey.
It wasn't my intention to show no balls out there today.
Yo.
But that day,
This has been unscripted.
It's been unscripted.
Shout out Keys.
Keith's like, yo, I'm in my phone, man. The fuck is these niggas talking about, man? Yeah.
Oh man.
And I want to make it clear.
Shout out Nerd the Bad Man.
Yeah.
I spawn vicious. That guy right. He can say who he is. this is classic. This is classic.
I know you probably saying, yo, but why would you? Yep, I know. I said that to myself too, man.
Oh man.
Even when I replay, I was like, yeah, that was a bad idea. But I was in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't make no excuses. I can't make no excuses myself.
Oh my god. Oh man, yo, you know what? Right.
And here's the crazy part about this story, right?
Yo, this is amazing.
You know about this story?
This is amazing.
The only people that know about it is me, you, the Mexican lady. She probably tell that story like every holiday. Crazy ass story. They be speaking. She be like, "Well, what did you do at work?" She probably tells us.
This is amazing.
It was a naked man opened the door.
Yo.
He wanted to talk to me.
That is crazy.
But you had to see her face. She was like, no. I was like, no, I'm sorry, listen. I was just like that. Yeah, man.
Oh man, shout out Nakia. Who's watching the hair salon. This is amazing.
Hey, man, here's what it is, man.
This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing.
He said, man, what?
Yo, are we at the door this note?
I think we have to end on this note. Listen, make sure y'all tune in.
Oh my God.
Make sure y'all tune in.
Yeah, make sure y'all tune in.
UnScriptedRx, YouTube. Make sure y'all check us out on IG. Make sure y'all check us out on live. Shout out to everybody that's on my live right here, man, that been riding with me. If y'all got any comments or remarks or some shit y'all just didn't like or whatever it is, make sure y'all say that right below. You know what I mean? And
Final shout out.
who else? I don't think we got shout out. We shout out Milk Boy. Shout out Milk Boy. Shout out Renee. Shout out Focus Films. Shout out Nard and He Hold. No, not He Holders. What the fuck is Nard shit? Philly Heat. Nard going. Yeah, there you go. Philly Heat. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Yo, we out. P-Funk, Spawn, Keys, Nard, and we done.